Are they actually following up with the customer? Are they emailing them back? Are they calling them back? Are they making it right for the customer, giving them a gift certificate, or saying, hey, go back to the restaurant, they'll remake your food for you. But also going from corporate to leadership inside of here to say, hey, we want to know what happened to this customer experience. So I spent about 10 plus years in quality assurance, worked for this large financial institution. And in that 10 plus years, I learned a lot about procedures and controls and different things when it comes to quality assurance. But as it relates to business, I think about a health business check, right? I love entrepreneurship. So it's, how do we grow a healthy business? Sometimes people think, oh, because you're making money, you're actually growing a healthy business. Now, are you making money? Yes. Because your product is convenient, right? It's probably inexpensive, so you could just quickly grab it. But the example I want to walk through today is really important. All right, so we're going to talk about, let's dive into fast food. Okay. We're not going to talk about any specific restaurant. We're just going to talk about fast food. When we're hungry, right, we decide we want some food. So we're here, we're making a decision to say, I want to eat, right? So if you're with your significant other, you're with your kids, hey, what do you guys want to eat? Everybody decides, at least sometimes, everybody's on the same page, right? Now, we decide what we want to eat, we find the place. So that's the first thing, making a decision. Now, more than likely, it's late, we're trying to get home, so we want to hurry up and get our food. So we pull into the drive-thru. So the first thing is, we're going to see, is there a line, right? So we're thinking fast food, is there a line? We shouldn't have to wait. We come through the line, we notice that there are cars, we wait. Finally, we're here. Once we get here and we're ready to make our order, we're thinking that, okay, they may greet us within 5 seconds. Is the greeting happening in 5 seconds? So that's the first interaction right there. Once we decide to come into this drive-thru, when I pull up to that speaker, are they actually acknowledging me within 5 seconds? Now, it's not to say that they're going to take my order as soon as I pull up to the speaker. It's just, was I acknowledged? So that's the first interaction. So thinking about it from a healthy business check perspective, it's when I come up to the speaker, did they acknowledge me within 5 seconds? If not, what am I doing? I'm sticking my head out the window screaming, hello, anybody there, right? So that's the first thing. So hopefully they're acknowledging me within 5 seconds, or at least saying, I'll get to you within 30 seconds. So then I know I have to wait for 30 seconds. Or I can tell them, hey, give me just a few minutes while I decide what I want. So now we're here, they take the order, we give them the order, then it's, is there anything else that I can help you with, right? Or they should try the upsell. Can I give you a large drink for an extra 50 cents, right? So that's the upsell. More than likely, that's part of their internal process, is the upsell. And I may be expecting for you to ask me, or may not be expecting for you to ask, do I want a larger drink, or do I want a dessert with that, correct? All right, so now we have that. Next, we're expecting them to give us our total. We're expecting for them to have our order correct. So when we're looking at the screen, that's another touch point. Did they give me the correct amount? Was my order accurate? How many times did I have to repeat my order, right? So that's another touch point that we're concerned about, the accuracy of the order. Now, we leave, they give us our total, now we're moving to the window. Now we get to the pay window. The first window, because most fast food places, they have two windows, right? First one is where you pay, the second one is where you pick up your food. First one, you get there, nobody's standing there. There's no sign in the window. So now, this is another touch point. Did they put a sign in the window saying, hey, go to the next window? So now we're sitting here waiting, hoping that somebody will eventually come to the window and get our money. That doesn't work. So we're assuming, hey, we should pull forward. There are times where I would sit here and wait, thinking that somebody's going to come to the window. I'll pull forward and then they come back and say, hey, we need to take your money. So, but at this point, I'm here. So that's another point, another touch point right here. Did they have it a sign in the window to go to the next, to go to the next window to pick up your food? So now we're here. They tell us what we need. I mean, how much money they need. We give them the money, card, cash, or whatever the case is. We get our bag. What do we check for?
Check for everything's in here.
Do we have the condiments? Do we have napkins? Did they give us a straw for our drink? So now we're assuming that all of that stuff is done because this is what they're supposed to do. Now we leave. Now how is the service, right? We get either to the light or we get home. It's an ugly house, by the way. But we get home and we realize we don't have a straw for our drink. We realize we don't have condiments for our food. We realize that we asked for no tomatoes and they gave us tomatoes. So when you think about that healthy business check, it's full cycle every time. And it doesn't matter what line of business they're in, right? So here we're deciding from the order to paying to even the experience with the person that's giving you your food. Did they greet you? Did they say hi? Did they say hi with a smile? And then how was the service? Now, let's talk about things internally, right? So now we go internal. So now we're internal. You got people lined up for food. When they came in the door, were they greeted? We talked about the external experience, right? You haven't even gotten out of your car. This is the experience on the outside from a customer perspective. Now we're thinking about, again, a healthy business check, right? Now the next healthy business check is the person that comes decides, hey, this line is too long, I'm gonna go inside. They come inside, they're standing in line. They're standing in line, first of all, what are they checking for? Is the restaurant clean, right? They want to know if the employee, this person right here, if they're in uniform. Did this person greet me when I came in the door? Okay, so now those are the few touch points with the customer. So that's one or two things that they're already thinking about. Now I'm up to the counter and I'm giving you my order. Are you listening to what I'm saying? Is my order correct? Is it accurate? Did you actually get everything that I asked you for, or were you listening to me and listening to somebody else, or were you distracted because you're listening to music while you're talking to me as the customer? So now we have that. These are all of the things that I'm thinking about from a healthy business perspective, because if you have, I don't know if they do this anymore, but secret shoppers come in. If secret shoppers come in and they see that, that's a point that's going to be deducted for each and everything, not being in uniform, not greeting the customer, not getting their order correct, right? So we have that. So now this person right here put their order in the system. They gave them their change. Now this person leaves the line. Now they're waiting for their food, because now the order's back here. The cook's on the line. Now they're fixing the order, right? So you have the outside perspective, you have the inside perspective, but it's still from a customer standpoint. Now you move to the back of the house. Now we're talking about internal procedures, the part that the customer doesn't know about. So when they're back here cooking are they cooking everything to temperature, right? Do they have the proper equipment? Are they cleaning the equipment like they're supposed to? Are they actually moving through the procedures like they're supposed to? When they're making that item for the customer, are they actually putting it in the order that they're supposed to put it in, right? So you have that part as well. So now you have, again, external customer, internal customer, back of the house, which is how does this company operate from the inside, right? So now when you have that, this person, their food is done, customer gets their food, they leave, and it goes back again to how was the service. So they're thinking about everything that happened inside. Back here, if their internal processes fail, it still goes back to how was the service, because they have to take the order correctly here. They have to take the order correctly here. They have to make sure that they're providing great customer service. And also the internal process has to be correct. So now that's that. Now, when you get here, if you get home, let's say you're missing the napkins that we talked about, the straw that we talked about, right? Now we're missing that stuff. So now it goes from here to corporate, right? So this is corporate. Now we have an escalation that goes to corporate. Now corporate has to decide how they're going to properly accommodate the customer, right? And it's all because it failed here, that it goes here. Now their internal process kicks in, right? They receive a call or an email. Now we talk about how do they handle that call or that email from a customer perspective. Are they actually following up with the customer? Are they emailing them back? Are they calling them back? Are they making it right for the customer, giving them a gift certificate or saying, hey, go back to the restaurant. They'll remake your food for you. But also going from corporate to leadership inside of here to say, hey, we want to know what happened to this customer experience. So when we think about a healthy business check, we have to look at the whole picture. And yes, this may be a fast food restaurant, but taking this same concept and applying it to a small business. If you're a solopreneur, if you're an entrepreneur, you still have a process that you have to go through. There's still a point where a customer is going to contact you directly, who's going to ask you for a product, who's going to ask you for a service. And then at that point, you have to offer a great experience. So if it's a product, if it's a service and they come to you and say, hey, you got a carpet cleaning business, are you coming to clean my carpet? Let's make sure that when they pick up that phone, you're saying, hello, carpet cleaning business, how can I help you? Listening to what they want, assessing what they need, being able to give them accurate prices, great customer service over the phone, showing up on time, and making sure that they're providing a great service, making sure that whatever it is that they did when they came in to clean, that it actually looks good, it looks exceptional. But hey, this is going to come every Wednesday. Business Health Check Wednesday is what we're going to call it, where we're going to break down different businesses every time. We started with fast food, but tune in next week for more. We'll see you next time.